There's a myth that won't die, that crypto is anonymous, that criminals use Bitcoin because it can't be traced. Today, I'm going to show you why that's almost exactly backwards. And I'll do it with a little interactive site, so you can see every step, not just take my word for it. By the end of these 10 minutes, you will understand what companies like Chain Analysis, Elliptic, and TRMM Labs actually do, and why anti-money laundering on a blockchain is a very different game from a bank. Quick context. This is a free hands-on explainer I built. The title is AML CFT via Blockchain Analytics. AML is anti-money laundering. CFT is countering the financing of terrorism. It's available in 5 languages. You can switch up here at any time. Everything you see is a conceptual diagram. The numbers are illustrative, not real case data. Let's start at the beginning. Why can this stuff be traced at all? This first section is called Why. Here is the core idea. A blockchain isn't anonymous, it's pseudonymous. There is no name attached to an address, but every single transaction is public, permanent, and readable by anyone forever. Watch this. This demo has 2 views, bank and blockchain, and a send button. Start on bank and hit send. From the outside, you can't see the amount or who's involved. It all happens inside. Now, switch to the blockchain view and send again. The moment the coin moves, it's posted publicly. From this address to that address this amount, and it stays there. No names, but the addresses never disappear. That permanence is the whole foundation of blockchain analytics. There is a little quiz here. If you are a criminal trying to erase your trail, cash or Bitcoin? The intuitive answer is Bitcoin, but it's actually cash. A 10-year-old banknote is untraceable. A 10-year-old Bitcoin transaction can still be verified today. Real example. Coins stolen from Silk Road back in 2012 were seized nearly a decade later. Next section, How. Every analytics firm underneath runs the same 4-step pipeline. Collects the raw data from every chain, cluster addresses that probably belong to one owner, attributes those clusters to real-world entities, and score the risk. Collect, cluster, attribute, and score. Keep those 4 words in mind. Now, why is it traceable? People assume an ERC20 token is just a number, so it can't be followed. Let's test that. Same transfer, 3 models. An NFT has a unique ID. You can follow that exact one. Bitcoin uses UTXOs. Think of them as checks that structurally record which check they came from, so you can walk the graph backwards. And ERC20 is just a balance going up and down. But here is the key point the demo makes. In all 3, the flow of funds, who paid whom, how much is public and traceable. What you lose with ERC20 is the identity of an individual unit, not the flow itself. This clustering step is worth watching. When 2 addresses are spent together in one transaction, that usually means one owner because you'd need the private key for each. Watch the clusters grow. But it's not magic. Press break. And you see a coin join through the rule into a false merge. That's honest. Clustering is probabilistic. A score is the start of human review, not a verdict. Next section, cat and mouse. This is where landlords try to shake off the trail and analysts try to keep it. The key line, the trail never disappears, it just gets thinner. First technique, peeling. A landlord peels small amounts of a big balance, hoping to fresh addresses. Your job as an analyst, at each fork, follow the bigger branch, the main funds. Watch. 1, 2, 3. And we reach an exchange where it meets KYC data. 3 hops felt slow, right? Real cases branch into thousands. So press or trace, and the tool clears them instantly. That is what you are paying an analytics firm for. Second, a mixer. It pulls deposit to hide who withdraw what. But the amount is a clue. A comma 1.0 has too many candidates, but a rare amount, say 3.7 appears once going in and once coming out. So it's probably the same person. That's the 78%. You see, a probability, not proof. Never fully hidden, never fully proven. And one more honest point, tainted coins. Money is just a quantity. It has no inherent color. Taint is a label a firm adds. Switch between rule A and rule B here. Same coin, same history, but the red flag and the green check swap places depending on the rule. One firm can call it dirty, while another calls it clean. Next section, the players. 3 firms dominate, but they have different strengths. Chain analysis, the market leader, the law enforcement standard with court-tested evidence. Elliptic, the oldest, strong on cross-chain tracing and with EU regulators. And TRM Labs, the first riser, big on real-time and AI, which hit a $1 billion unicorn valuation in early 2026. But here is a nicer way to think about it. Same incident, a hack that flowed through a mixer, a bridge, an exchange, but 3 different customers care about 3 different parts. An investigator traces all the way back to the source to build court evidence. An exchange's compliance team only cares about the moment funds hit their door. And a Web3 team watches the bridge to catch funds jumping chains early. Same data, 3 lenses. Next section, the rules. Analytics isn't a nice to have, it's near mandatory infrastructure. And it all starts with the FATF, the global standard setter. The most famous rule for crypto is the travel rule. Let me show you what it actually is, because it's widely misunderstood. Same logic as a bank wire. The sender's institution must pass identity to the receivers. Step through it. 1. Verify the sender. 2. Verify the recipient. 3. Screen both against sanctions lists. 4. Send the coin on the public ledger and the identity through a separate secure channel. 5. The receiver matches them and releases the funds. Coins stay pseudonymous, but the exchanges hand identity to each other behind the scenes. And the order matters, identity first, then the coin. try the branches sent to a personal wallet. And there is no receiving institution to hand identity to. Sent to an incompatible exchange. And it's not that it can't send, the standard just can't auto-exchange the data. So it falls back to manual or the receiver holds the funds. Friction, not a wall. Last section, cases. This is in theory. Same actor, the group known as Trader Traitor, escalating over 9 months. Act 1. The DMM hack 2024, $308 million. And it was attributed. Act 2. The Bybit hack 2025, 1.5 billion, the largest ever. But here is the honest footnote. Bybit was traced and attributed, yet most of the funds were laundered within weeks. Traceable does not always mean recoverable. So, for Bitcoin and the major chains, crypto isn't anonymous. It's the most permanent evidence in the world, and an entire industry has grown up to read it. There are exceptions. Privacy coins and mixers can create real dead ends, and we saw that. But money laundering controls on a blockchain aren't about a hidden ledger. They're about a transparent one that changed how investigations work. The whole site is linked below. Go click through it yourself. That's the best way to make this stick. If this was helpful, subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.